And that is right, people. I am, of course, the excellent one. I am. Find the picture, find the picture, find the picture. I am Ricky Goldman. And this is the Reigning Rock Podcast. So do like, subscribe, share, all of that. Get this done. Share it all over your social media, Facebook, X, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Get it shared everywhere. Send this to your friends, family, all of that. But I'm never alone. I don't come alone. I come with not one, but two guest hosts, two guests tonight. Maybe a third one joining, but he's two for now. And the first one is the man himself. He is the big boss man, Burrell. He is Alex.
What's happening, people? What it do? Back again.
That is right. Back once again. Back to your home on the Reigning Rock Podcast. And let me also bring in the reigning and defending undisputed, and I'm not Paul Heyman, reigning and defending WWE predictions champion. He is the almighty one. He is the king himself. He is Elvis.
It's
or the champ.
Hippie time!
That is right, and he's been where we've been last year, was it? You came onto the podcast. So how have you been since last year?
Pretty good. Hold on, I gotta add a prop real quick. Let's see.
Okay, of course. Is that a crown?
Let me put the light on. Of course.
Right, yes, we can see it. We can see the crown. Yes, we can see.
Bow down to the king.
Bow down to the king like Triple H, the king of kings.
That's actually what I tell people to do, and they give me the bird.
Okay. So, like I said, fourth person may be joining us here shortly, but we'll crack on. We'll go on regardless. So we'll kick off with the first segment here, which of course is. Oh, I've gone too far. Which of course is this right here. So pull up a chair, sit at the table, and smell what's cooking at the table. Which is just basically a 2-minute weekly chat to what we've been up to. So I will kick off here, I guess. So I've been going to the gym, and I clumsily, stupidly, I'll put it however way you want, dropped a weight on my foot this week. 20-pound weight. It's healing up. It was all, my toe was purple and all swelled up. Luckily, I didn't break it, so I was very, very lucky. So that's healing up. That's on the mend. I've been making stuff for the craft class I go to, so I did make the card for Saturday night's main event. So what I'm doing this year is making, kind of typing up half on my computer and then writing out half, just doing it differently this year. So that's what I'm doing for this year. And I bought some boots for my cosplay next month, so I just painted them up. I painted them red. Elvis, any guesses of who those boots could be? No, they're not, Cordy. No, they're not. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Yeah. So Elvis, it's been over a month since you've been on. So what have you been up to? Also, what have I got coming up? I've got not much next week, just more of the same, really. Gym, craft class, watch along for the Rumble. Yeah, that's it, really. So what have you been up to, Elvis, and what have you got coming up?
Well, right now, as I'm on this podcast right here, I'm watching the NFC Championship game with the Washington Commanders. I still call them the Redskins, though, against the Eagles, and it looks like the Eagles are gonna beat the Commanders. But just working,
What's
watching wrestling, football.
It's not
It's
wrestling, so I
American
don't know.
football.
Okay,
It's
right. Yeah.
American football, not soccer football. And
Right.
just working,
Again,
watching
it's not
wrestling.
wrestling, so boring. To me personally, boring. But if you like football, and Alex likes football, and Marcus, if he comes on, he likes football. So fine.
And I'm probably the only one in here that doesn't go to the gym.
Why not?
Am I right?
You got to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Be healthy, and yes. So what do you watch? You know what? So you're watching the game currently. So what have you been up to in the last month? So we've not seen you for a month. What have you been up to, and what have you got coming up?
I don't have anything coming up anytime soon. Just work and watch wrestling when I'm not at work.
Are you still involved with politics? I know you wanted to.
Hell yeah! But I may or may not have been the first one to put in. It's called the affidavit. It's just paperwork that you fill out online. So I already put that in, but I haven't technically announced yet.
Okay, that means nothing to me, but
because we have a bunch of idiots running the city.
I'm happy I asked, and politics is way above me, but if you understand it, then fine, and yeah. And then I'll just leave it at that.
And then, of course, you already know, since you're across the pond, we already have a new old president since
Donald
Monday.
Trump, yeah.
So some people like him, some people don't like him, but whoever the president is, they don't care about anybody except themselves and their inner circle.
And money, they care about money and power that Donald Trump has lots of. Anyway, moving away from politics, Alex, what have you been up to in the last few weeks, and what have you got coming up?
Man, I've been surviving the cold, man. You know, we had got some snow the other day, so it's been a cold week, real cold week.
We've had some pretty bad weather. Yesterday was 100 miles an hour winds. So.
And then, what state do you live in, Alex?
Say it again.
What state do you live in?
Oh, Alabama. Good old Alabama.
Same all the way over here in Colorado, and we always get snow. It just snowed yesterday.
See, it's the first snow here. The last time it snowed was back in 2018. So this has been the first snow we had since 2018.
Well, I think it was last Tuesday. The low, it was in the early hours. It was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was negative 18, which was a new record.
Do you like the cold weather, Elvis? Do you like the cold weather?
Nope.
Yeah.
I like it in the 60s, 70s with a little breeze.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit, not Celsius.
Good. I prefer the warm weather. But then I'm a typical English person that, it's too cold or it's too hot. We're never happy. So.
and who's your favorite football team, Alex?
Ravens.
I could live with that. Okay.
More Ravens.
I'm Raider Nation.
Can't go wrong.
The only Raiders I know are the War Raiders. Anyway. Elvis, sorry, Alex, what have you got coming up? Anything planned in the next week or a couple of weeks or anything?
Well, next month, we got Valentine's Day coming up, as you know. Then a week after that is my birthday, February 21st.
How old are you going to be on February 21st?
21.
Yeah, right.
I wish. I'll be 43. 43.
43. You look good for 43, but I hope in I'm 38 April 3rd. So all my subscribers, don't rush to buy me your presents. Tom's like 5 years away, so. But I do try and eat healthy and go to the gym, which I highly recommend, Elvis. But if you've not got time, you've not got time. But so let's move into the next segment, which is rolling out the red carpet. The cameras are clicking. The glitz is glitzing because it is time for this right here. That is right, movie talk. I don't know if you're. I can't remember. Are you a movie guy? Do you go watch movies at home, on Netflix, at the cinema, or anything?
I haven't been to the movies in probably about a decade or so. I'm not a big movie person. I'm more of reality TV and news with politics, of course.
And I'm gonna have to just double check what movies I can remember. One movie I've seen, and I'm gonna just double check the second one. Give me 1 second. I should have done this earlier, but okay, right then. Yes. I've seen two movies. So Wolfman, the new Wolfman movie, it was okay. Yeah. And Henry Danger, the movie. I'll sit and watch anything, but very, very kiddified, like just really catered, really in a wrestling word, but for kids. Just like, it was okay. And I've not checked what movies are coming up, but I'll check that as Alex is talking. So I'll check that I'll check that now as Alex is talking, so I can then say what I've got my eye on coming up this month. So Alex, have you watched any movies since last time you were on?
Yeah. Have you guys ever Subservient with Megan Fox? It's about this AI, about this
Nope.
family that purchased this AI, and she gets too attached to the husband. Then she try to check out the whole family. It's crazy.
Good, is it a good movie? Is
Oh,
it?
yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, and Megan Fox is still hot even though she's getting older.
So a very, very quick look on Google. There's not really many good movies coming out this month, but okay. So Into the Deep, I think, is coming out this month, I think. So I do like my shark movies. So you can't beat the classic, you can't beat Jaws. I think that's coming out this month. So yeah, we'll just go with that one for now. So I'll probably watch that on Fire Stick.
And then you probably haven't missed one Rock movie at all, right, Ricky?
I've seen all the Rock's movies, including the ones he's in it for 30 seconds.
Even Tooth Fairy?
Yes, even Tooth Fairy. I'm guessing you didn't like Tooth Fairy.
Yeah. I haven't seen the full movie, but bits and pieces.
So yes, a very quick Google look on Google telling me Into the Deep's coming out this month. So yeah, it looks okay from the poster. It's a shark movie. I'll watch it.
And then a movie I always wanted The Rock to be in, but he probably won't because he probably wouldn't be able to fit in the suit unless if it's really customized, is him as Batman.
What do you want to cover his face up there, I suppose?
The Rock as Batman. Or another one, they could recreate twins, and him and Kevin Hart could be twins because they have been in several movies together. Now, that would be a good comedy movie to pitch.
And just like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, they don't look alike, and that's the joke. They look nothing alike.
Yeah, it's just a comedy,
and Rock and Kevin Hart really look nothing alike. So,
and they already have chemistry in movies and everything. Several movies they've been in together.
Yeah,
have you ever wanted them in a movie like that, Alex? Those two in twins?
Yeah, that would be hilarious. I will go see that.
Hey, if anybody is a Hollywood producer watching, book it and give me credit and royalties.
Get in touch with the Rock's movie company and suggest it to him then. But and that's enough movie talk for now until next week. So let's go into some wrestling chatter. But I will play an ad first, and that ad is coming up right about now. That is right. Protein Tees, Goldman's one. My t-shirts are much cheaper than a WWE t-shirt, AEW t-shirt, TNA. Not so sure where I've not seen their merch to know. But $20, £20, very cheap. And as I always say, if you cannot purchase one, then at least get the name of Goldman's one shared out everywhere. But let's hook up. It looks like it's a triple threat match because it's time for this right here. And I'm going to lose the video again. Oh, we've got it right. So it's time for... Is right. Okay, wrestling roundup. And we begin with TNA Genesis. Did you watch Elvis? Did you watch TNA?
I haven't seen TNA in probably over 15 years.
Wow.
I'm not missing
Neither
much.
have I, but I thought I would get back into it because they seem to be killing it, and AEW has kind of ran me off, really. I'm AEW's audience, the hardcore wrestling fan that wants more and more and more and more wrestling. And they ran me off. I'll watch AEW the pay-per-views this year, but I'm really not that fussed. If there's something else on, I will watch. So I think their first pay-per-view is the Australian show. I'm not so sure. I think that's a pay-per-view. I don't watch to know. So, but I'll be watching Vengeance Day, and then instead of All In July 12th, I think it's July 12th, I'll be watching Saturday Night's Main Event. So if there's something else on, I will watch that. But if AEW is not going to be my first choice to watch anymore, just because it's that bad. But okay, so did you watch Genesis, Alex?
I've seen highlights. I ain't seen the entire pay-per-view. I just seen a couple highlights.
Okay, then I'll quickly run through the pre-show.
His name and he appears.
Yeah, that was like chalk, like fingers down a chalkboard. On the kickoff show, they call it the countdown show. Jake something knocked off NXT's Ashanti the Adonis. I'm loving the crossover. We discussed it. I discussed this on a previous episode, but I think it should be made not just NXT and TNA. It should be TNA and the main roster. But okay, it is what it is. This was a squash match. I've not seen Jake something before, so he's a big guy that squashed Ashanti the Adonis. Have you seen Jake something before, Alex?
Yeah, I've seen him before. He's all right. Like he's just another big guy. Like, don't really have a major gimmick or nothing like that. Just basic big guy.
Any thoughts on what I just said, Elvis, about Jake something knocking off, squashing and knocking off Ashanti the Adonis?
It's some type of name they had to have his last name or something. You couldn't call him Jake, freaking Jake Alabama, but Jake something. It's these weird names that they come up with.
It's rememberable. What's it called?
Or even Jake S.
It's rememberable. What's it called? He's called Jake something. It's rememberable, I suppose. Your second match on the countdown show was UK's own Leon Slater, only 20 years old, and he's in TNA, taking on Frankie Kazarian. I think the Leon should have really won this, but the Kazarian did win. It was an okay match. Leon showed off his skill. Leon beating Frankie would have been a fairly big win for Leon. So he could have just put him over, but he didn't. So it is what it is. I think that Kazarian's got like a trophy and he can cash it in like a like a Money in the Bank briefcase, and he can cash that in whenever, wherever. Okay. Elvis, any thoughts on Frankie Kazarian going over Leon Slater?
Nope, I have no clue who that kid is, but the right person won, I guess.
I suppose.
Because Frankie has been wrestling longer than that kid has been breathing.
Well, true, but why would you not put over the future of NXT? No, NXT, TNA.
Well, who knows if he's the future?
He's only 20. Well, he's 20, so yes, he's the future. Alex, any thoughts of Kazarian beating Leon Slater?
I mean, I'm gonna have to Google that guy because I've never heard of him. But Kazarian, they probably don't want to. He got his little contract or whatever, so probably not gonna pay no losses right now.
Okay, we've got some comments coming through. We're not talking about Owens yet, but I will show them. Give me one. Just let me do that to get rid of that. Would it kill? All spelled wrong, or the Jimmy spelled wrong. Would it kill Owens to get to the gym? His stomach is bigger than ever, and his arms look like he hasn't lifted a weight in months. I guess. I mean, never passed the gym all these years traveling together. Well, they're not really bodyguards. They're not really big guys, are they? And that's not really their gimmick. And they're all in shape, and they can go in a ring. So, do they really need the gym if they can go in a ring? It just shows that you don't need to be big. In fact, muscle slows you down. So, TNA surpassed AEW as a number 2 company. I totally agree. Like, yes, yeah. The TNA is growing.
And then how that one kid, whatever his name is, you saying he's the future, and I don't want to compare it in the format this way, so don't take it that way. A lot of people thought Velveteen Dream was the future, and look at what happened with him with the allegations and everything.
Yeah,
he did have a bright future, but in today's world with the cancel culture and everything, like, come on.
Yes, so going back to TNA surpassing AEW, yes, I think they have. AEW is dying. Their ratings and their audiences seem to get smaller and smaller and smaller every week. TNA, I saw it was only a handful of people, but this means their audience is growing. A handful of people said, "We watch on Facebook. I'm on many wrestling Facebook groups. There's probably not many I'm not on, but." A lot of people saying they're watching TNA for the first time ever, or watching TNA for the first time in years. So yes, TNA is growing.
And then it's just like what happened.
And they've lasted 22 years, which is incredible. They're always the company that people have said they're going to die. They've lasted 22 years. Anyway,
and then I think it was
Marcus backstage. Give me 1 second, Marcus. I'm going to read out this message and then bring you in. Reading this message. If you're a pro wrestler, look like one. Zane is pale, skin, fatty, can't buy him into hurting anyone. Okay, does who? I can't really think of anybody at the top of my head. Who? I can't think. Give me a name. Does Jey Uso look like a wrestler, really? If he walked down the street, he's just a tattooed
Hornswoggle.
Okay, yeah. Well, there we go. Perfect example. He does Hornswoggle look like a wrestler.
Spike Dudley, Nunzio.
Okay, there's another perfect example. Does Spike Dudley look like a wrestler?
Spanky.
No. Okay, we don't need to go for the entire wrestling roster ever. But Hornswoggle and Spike Dudley are 2 perfect examples.
Zach Gowen.
Spike Dudley, Zach Gowen, yes. But Spike Dudley was super over. He took all these crazy bumps. But does he look like a wrestler? If Spike Dudley walked down street and you didn't know who he was, we go, oh, that's Mike Dudley. No, he doesn't look like a wrestler. Anyway, or it's Hornswoggle, or Zach Gowen, or Nuncio, maybe, but we've got a fourth guest here, and he is the money man, the man all about money. He is bling, bling, ching, ching. Get the cash registers out, because it is Marcus.
Don't do my catchphrase ever again. Ching, ching. Bling, bling.
Sorry.
Is always Ted over here. Go Birds.
Good. You've come in at the right time. So last time you were great T-shirt, Stone Cold T-shirt, but
What? Give me a hell yeah!
What?
So since the last time you were on, what have you been up to? Right. Okay. Settle down. I'll mute you in a minute, Elvis. So, since the last time you're on, Marcus, what have you been up to, and what have you got coming up? More just, has it been as usual, or what, or no?
Work, gym, getting money, watching the birds.
And not injuring yourself at the gym like I did.
No, not that. No. That's a crazy thing to be saying, but yeah, man, you crazy for that.
It's the accidents happen. I was clumsy. I'll make sure never to do it ever again. But anyway, we were just going over to TNA. So Jake, something going over Ashanti the Adonis. Any thoughts on that?
No.
Okay. And Frankie Kazarian knocking off Leon Slater. Again, any thoughts?
No.
Okay. And I can't actually remember the match order, so I'm going to have to Google it. I'll have to do Wikipedia. Do you remember the first match? Marcus?
Hmm?
Do you remember the first match for Genesis? I don't. So I'm going to have to Wikipedia.
The winner.
You making it sound like I watched it. I ain't watch it.
You know what, yeah. Okay, it was.
I didn't watch it.
I moved taking on Eddie Ace Austin. Decent match. This is my first time seeing Ace Austin. Okay, I've seen Ace Austin live. When he came over here to do a show, so I've seen him perform live. But it was the first time I've seen him in a TNA ring. Yeah, it was a okay match. Makes sense to keep the title on Moose. I think Moose is one of those I could see in the Rumble, perhaps, and I could also see over Moose later down the line. But it certainly makes sense keeping the title on him. And I never knew that Fandango is now in TNA. He's called JDC. It's his real name, but I don't know what the D stands for. But yes, Johnny Dango Curtis, perhaps. I don't know. But yeah, they made the right choice there. Moose keeping the title. Elvis, any thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts about any of these matches. I didn't watch any of them. Haven't seen most of these wrestlers, and it's been a minute since I've seen the other wrestlers wrestle.
Okay, Marcus, any thoughts
that
of
sums
Moose?
it up for the rest of the card.
Okay, I'll just all right. Okay, Moose, not Moose. Marcus, yes. Mark, any thoughts on Moose retaining, or yes or no?
I mean, I love Moose. I love his evolution. So you gotta keep it on someone that is that good in the ring, who's developed to be that good in the ring, who's one hell of a character. And hell, I mean, him and Cody got the same condition with having a lisp when they talk. So the fact that both of them talk super well is amazing.
Do you see him being in the Rumble, and do you see him maybe facing over at some point?
If he gets into the Rumble, that's another huge pop. That's another really incredible pop because people have been wanting to see Moose in WWE for a long time. You mean like him getting signed to like NXT or something? Is that what you're
It's the one-off random match.
Probably NXT, probably like a cool one-off match in NXT. I mean, I would love to see it, but of course, they gotta make sense.
Like they brought in Hammerstone, he had a couple of matches and he's gone.
Bro,
Or Rosemary had a
Hammerstone was much more like they was able to fit him into a storyline.
or Rosemary had a handful of matches and they were gone. So something like that maybe. Alex, any thoughts of Moose returning?
Oh yeah, I'm a Moose guy, man. So I'm down. Whatever he does, he retain the title, keep going. I hopefully get a shot at coming to Rumble. I'm gonna go crazy if he do. So hey, Moose, baby.
Your next match with the system consisting of Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards taking on Steve Macklin. First time seeing him and Eric Young. Eric Young and Steve Macklin went over. Okay match. Steve Macklin didn't blow me away. I didn't think, oh my God, I want to see more of him. He was decent. And yeah, that's my thoughts. Alex, any thoughts of that? Of Eric Young and Steve Macklin going over the system?
Not really.
Okay, Marcus?
No. I gotta get TNA Plus. I gotta get TNA Plus. That's what it is all about.
No.
Yes. It's only 10. Okay, wait, £10 for me. I don't know what that's in American dollars. What's 10?
Oh, it's 10. It's 10. They have it at $9.99 over here, so it's gonna be like $10 plus some tax.
Then you get the pay-per-view. So they're doing like so they're doing like a WWE Network deal of $9.99. Spitfire consisting of Jody Threat and Danny Luna defeated and retained the TNA Knockout Tag Team titles against Ash and Heather by Elegance. First time seeing Heather is okay. First time seeing Jody Threat, she's okay, but I just don't get at all. And maybe this is just me. I don't get Ashley by Elegance's new gimmick. It's just like, what is it? It's just like these petty, pretty, kind of like a Tiffany Stone rip-off, but doesn't want to fight. Just I don't really get the gimmick at all. They were like they came out dressed as cheerleaders and just very, very filler match. Marcus, any thoughts on that? Have you seen Ash Bylecon's gimmick?
Who?
Dana Brooke. Okay, Dana Brooke. Now Ash Bylegon.
Brooke. Oh, okay. Well, you mean kind of like how she had that Tony Storm like gimmick?
I've only seen it once, so I can't really judge.
She's supposed to be like a fancy lady now.
Yeah, kind of, I think.
I get that gimmick. You know who gimmick I don't understand? Cora fucking Jade. I don't get that shit.
It doesn't matter that you don't get her. Just like look at her. Doesn't matter.
It's like Dana Brooke. You don't have to get it. Just look at her. But Dana Brooke makes sense. Cora Jade don't make no goddamn sense. She a punk rock chick. I don't get it. I will never understand that girl. No shout out to Cora Jade because what's going on? Please help us.
Yeah, I do. I get what you're saying there. It's like, what is a gimmick? It's just, yeah, she's like a mean girl of NXT that doesn't win. But we'll get to Cora Jade later here. Great to see Cora Jade getting more exposure, but her turning up didn't make sense. Alex, any thoughts of Danny Luna or Spitfire returning?
I have no idea who those girls are.
Okay. Tessa Blanchard is back in TNA, and she sent Jordan Grace was on her way to WWE. I think she's been signed by WWE now. They put on a good match, good send off for Jordan Grace. Tessa Blanchard got the win. Yeah. This is actually my first time I've seen Tessa Blanchard in action. I know she's been seen in TNA for years, but I've never seen her wrestle, so this is a first for me. So I'll go to you first, Alex. Any thoughts of Tessa winning, and you think Jordan Grace does well in WWE?
Well, good for Tessa, but I want to see what Jordan gonna do in WWE. most likely NXT, what you're gonna end up at.
I would imagine she's gonna be in the Rumble again. I would imagine, but yeah, I think they need. I think they need bodies in the Rumble, and they really need to fill it out. They've not got many at the moment. They've got like 10. They need quite a few.
Well, with the Rumble, just bring in some legends for one-off real quick.
Yeah. We'll get to
Hogan
in the Women's Rumble. Why would Hulk Hogan be in the Women's Rumble?
Well, Mr. America then.
Why would Mr. America in the Women's Rumble? Okay. We'll get to your predictions of who you think legends will be coming back in the Rumble later here. But Marcus is celebrating like he's just won at WrestleMania. Are you watching the same game as Elvis saying? What game are you watching?
I'm watching the Eagles game.
It's only one football game on right now, and the Eagles just scored it, and it's gonna be 41-23 with 12 minutes left, and the Eagles fly to the Super Bowl and beat Patty Mahomes because I already know Casey's gonna cheat against the Bills.
I understood none of that. Anyway, Marcus, your thoughts on Tessa Blanchard going over Jordan Grace?
I mean, Jordan Grace did the honorable thing. You know, when you're leaving a company, you take the L. You count the lights. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how it works when you're leaving a company and you help put over somebody. Low key, fuck Tessa Blanchard. Low key, because she's also kind of known to be a racist person too. Tessa will never be in WWE, so she'll always be a second rate for horsewoman. Always be second rate because she's an ass. But credit to her and coming back to TNA, and hopefully she can get people to forgive her for being an asshole in life. And
I think
shout out to Jordan Grace to carrying that women's division for a long time, working on herself, being a staple in the TNA Knockouts division, and making her way over to WWE.
I think Tessa had a match in she may or may not have had a match in the Mae Young Classic, so she's been in WWE, but full time or signed to a brand or anything, she's probably not going to be.
And then if everything doesn't work out with Tessa Blanchard with TNA or any other promotion, she could always join the Trump administration.
She's killing it. Whatever. Matt, in your next match, in the I Quit match, Max Santana of LAX. I don't even think he's the LAX anymore, but yes, defeated Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander quitting TNA. So again, my question is he on his way to WWE? Maybe he's in the Rumble. Again, they're going to need bodies for the men's Rumble, just as they do need with the women's. But you've got more men announced than women, but still. Very good match. My first time seeing Josh Alexander. Really, really good match here. I think if he's on his way to WWE, he's going to kill it. And a good win for Mike Santana that brought out Mustafa Ali on this week's TNA. So Mustafa Ali's back in TNA, as well as somebody else we'll discuss later. But Alex, your thoughts on Mike Santana going over Josh Alexander in that I Quit match?
I didn't expect Josh to quit, to be honest. I mean, I thought he looked like a TNA lifer, but apparently he's about to move on somewhere else. Hopefully that'll eat NXT. So we're just going to have to see.
Very quickly, just let me read this. There were exceptions, so I guess he's on about Hornswoggle and Spike Dudley. Back then, Triple H catering to the work rate marks. Triple H is catering to WWE is catering to their audience. Their audience are the hardcores. They book for the hardcores. They pop the crowd. They pop the house. You saw that at Saturday night's main event. We'll get to that later. But
and then speaking about
WWE booked for the hardcores. They do nothing or do very little to actually build the audience.
And speaking of
look
people
at
that
Raw, look at
don't have
SmackDown. What are they doing to build the audience? Really
And the-
nothing when you look at it. Sorry, Elvis, what were you saying?
and speaking of former wrestlers that don't have a wrestling body, we can't ever forget about SmackDown #1 announcer Funaki.
Okay, that was random.
You can't forget about Funaki. He's SmackDown #1 announcer.
Great. Marcus, your thoughts of Mike Santana going over Josh Alexander?
I don't know who that other bull is, but I know who Josh Alexander is. Kind of like what Alex said. I didn't expect Josh Alexander to quit on TNA. I thought he was going to be a lifer. I thought he was going to be like the second coming of like Kurt Angle in a way for TNA. But with someone as talented as Josh Alexander, you also got to expect that he's worth more money. You know, NXT, now that they got the deal with NXT, it's easier to kind of talk to them and make the deals that he can make. The hope is that he goes to NXT. I don't want to see him anywhere else. If he goes anywhere else, he's just cheating himself.
I think he goes to NXT to the crowd. Well, some people don't know who he is, but for those that don't,
NXT, if you're talking about WWE being hardcores, NXT fans are hardcore. Like they are huge on it.
They know everybody. Like, I watch a lot of wrestling, but the NXT crowd must watch everything. Like, they knew who Stephanie McKeer was, and I know a little bit of Julia, but they pop for Julia like she was the Rock or whoever. The Hardy Boys deleted. The Rascals are still your TNA Tag Team Champions. Cool. It now looks to Fraxium were there. Fraxium defended against the Rascals on this week's TNA, kept the titles. I would love this to lead to the Hardy Boys back in WWE via NXT WrestleMania weekend. Why not? Do it Saturday night. Not Stand and Deliver, not Saturday night's main event. That's something else. Stand and Deliver. Hardy Boys versus Fraxium. Marcus said it last night. Do it non-title because it's not as obvious. So yes, let's bring back the Hardy Boys back in WWE. So Marcus, your thoughts on the Hardys retaining against the Rascals?
Good. I don't even care for the Rascals that much, so it's always good to see the Hardys being the Hardys.
Alex, any thoughts?
Yeah, man. I just want to see the Hardys get one more run, at least one more WrestleMania match, man. I hope to see it get a chance to go on compete in NXT too. So, hey, I'm with it.
And then I'm gonna say something that you two probably don't agree with. I believe that the Hardys are a better tag team than Harlem Heat was back in the day.
No, I'm agreeing with that.
I think the Hardys are probably the greatest of all time. They've won every tag title. It's TNA, WWE, SmackDown, Raw
I would
tag
have
team.
to argue and say the Dudley Boys were, and I'm a bit biased because I met them when they were in TNA when they came here back in May of 2008 or 9.
Dudleys were never Raw tag team champions, never SmackDown tag team champions, never Ring of Honor tag team champions. The Hardys they're the only tag team to have done it.
That doesn't mean anything. It's the Dudley Boys. For me, it's the #1 tag team.
Yeah, I agree with
My
that.
opinion.
Fair enough, all subjective, but you could say the Usos are probably the greatest of all time, the longest reigning tag team champions, aren't they?
Los
Yes, they are.
Guerreros.
Moving along to Masha Slamovich retaining against Rosemary in a Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. Well, first time seeing Masha, I was impressed. Cool. Good match here. Masha's another one I could see in the Rumble. Now, what came after the match didn't really make much sense. That Cora Jade came out to confront Masha. So Cora Jade can't win a match in her own company, but now we have to believe that she's going to beat Masha. Okay. Like I always say, make it make sense. Alex, your thoughts on Masha retaining against Rosemary, and any thoughts on Cora J confronting her?
Nah.
Okay, Marcus.
First of all, I like saying her last name, Slamovich. What a fun name to say. So her beating Rosemary is good because Rosemary is almost like a litmus test, especially if you beat her in a match that's supposed to be her match. So it's one of those like, hey, you are a legit champion because you beat Rosemary in Rosemary's match. Congratulations. Now for the Cora Jade part, as I always say, what the are you doing, Cora Jade? Who are you? What's your gimmick? I don't understand what and who she is. And ever since she came back to NXT, because that's when I first started seeing her, I have no problem with saying I don't like her, and I hope Slamovich crushes her ass.
Isn't that the whole point? You're not meant to like the heels.
I mean, yeah, but also here's the thing. I like heel. I have no problem with heels because, like, obviously, like I like the Hurt. I like the Hurt Syndicate, even though they're like starting to weirdly get over as a babyface group. It's weird, but Cora Jade has no gimmick. It's just the most random thing. Like, hey, I come out to this punk rock music or metal music, and I look like this, and it's like, find a
She's
lane,
hot.
please. To who? To you. That's fine, but that's not the point here. She has no character. It's ass.
Correct.
She will never be called up until she gets good character work.
Like, I agree with Elvis. Yeah, she's very good looking, but what's her character? I couldn't care
Well,
less.
if wrestling doesn't work out, then the other form of adult entertainment could work out for her.
So, like, she can be. I don't honestly. I'm not. Lots of people, judge wrestlers on looks. I don't care really. If they're good in the ring, they're good. Like Shayna Baszler is dog ugly, but she's a former MMA women's.
Choke you the fuck out.
She's a former MMA women's champion, is she not? So she should be, if right, again, wrestling's meant to be real. So she should be a 20-time champion by now, but she isn't because she's got no charisma.
And then would you tell Shayna that to her face that she's god awful ugly?
Well, no, I wouldn't. But I was just okay using. Well, she's not good looking, is she?
I'll do no comment in case if she's watching right now.
I doubt Shayna Baszler's watching this, but who knows? Let's finish up TNA then and get to the main event. And what everybody's talking about, say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry did it. The people believed he defeated Nick Nemeth and he's your brand new TNA World Champion, which brought out Matt Cardona to TNA. Matt Cardona's back. It looks like they're going to feud. Then pay-per-views April, so I can't see him feuding that until then. So it's probably to be a random match on TNA. But yeah, great. Joe Hendry's super over. The people wanted it. You cash it. He makes money for TNA, so you're cashing in on that. So yeah, makes sense. My rating. I've got to give my rating before I'll give it a game for TNA. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I've not watched TNA pay-per-view for years and years and years. I loved it. I'm gonna say mid card, not quite a main event, but Alex, your thoughts of Joe Hendry winning the title?
I mean, it's about time, man. 'Cause I was starting to think they were gonna never put the title on that man. So it's about time, man. So maybe he can see what he's gonna do. Hopefully, he might pop up in a rumble and things like that. So I believe. So we're gonna see what his reign.
Yeah, we all believe he's going to be in the Rumble.
But he's not going to win.
Well, no, he won't win, but we'll get to the Rumble predictions here shortly. But the Rumble should be unpredictable. So how unpredictable would that be? A TNA wrestler winning the Rumble? Anyway.
You're celebrating over there. I'm watching it too.
Let's go.
Marcus, your thoughts of joining him from the brand new TNA champion? The people believed he did it, and he did.
I mean, like Alex said, there was a part of me that was like, when they gonna pull the trigger on this man? When they gonna let this man? First of all, he should have won it a while ago.
Yeah.
Because he's been over like Rover. He's been over more than a lot of WWE superstars, to be honest with you. And it's been a long time.
Wrestling fans are fickle.
Very fickle, but Joe Hendry's momentum has not succeeded since, especially with that song. The song is what gets the people. And if you listen to how he came up with the concept of that song, it literally was supposed to bring in the people. That was the purpose of the song. So the fact that
he should have won the mid-Carter title.
He already won that. He already had won the digital media championship, I believe. So it was his time. He was ready. Good job doing the standing O, getting the un deux trois. And listen, it's a great time now for TNA with Joe Hendry being the champ because we all believe.
And going back to his theme, that's the whole point. It should be a theme to bring in the people. People remember the theme. It's not, I don't know, think of a generic theme quickly. I don't know. Try it, Dudley. Who? Okay, Cora Jade, very generic. Okay, yeah, very generic. I couldn't tell you now what her theme is. No idea. If you played it, I still wouldn't know. So yeah, the theme music is everything. It starts with the theme music. That's how people know you. But let's get to the the third. Well, for me, the third company now, WWE, TNA, and AEW. Oh. Dynamite. So the Hurt Syndicate of Bobby. So Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, so after it'd be 6 years in May. So after 6 years, he's still pushing from the WWE guys. Why?
Well, how about back in the day when WCW guys went to WWE?
He hasn't. The only star he's made is MJF that was a star beforehand, but
no, he wasn't.
He was known before AEW, so
was every other wrestler. What's your point here?
Okay, he made one star then in MJF. Woo, in 6 years. Yeah. Anyway, Hurt Business needs TNA tag titles. AEW tag team title from Private Party. Okay, Private Party haven't had them long, so maybe Hurt Business, Hurt Syndicate, whatever, should have lost here. Maybe, I don't know. I don't watch AEW, so no. I just base it purely off results. Okay. I'll get the popular, but still, they're former WWE. And if they're two big stars, wouldn't it make sense for them to lose? Anyway. Elvis, any thoughts on Hurt Syndicate, Hurt Business, whatever they're called now, going over Private Party?
I knew they were going to win. It was obvious. And to me, Private Party is the Wish version or Temu version of freaking Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford.
Street Profits, yeah, but I do like Private Party. From what I've seen of them, they've impressed me. But
I'm not fans of them.
Yeah, I would have had. If I'm Tony Khan, if I'm Tony Khan, I try and compete with WWE, but that's never happening. If I'm Tony Khan and I'm a booker, which he isn't, you have a former WWE champion in Bobby Lashley and a former IC champion, US champion, Benjamin, lose to put over Private Party and then do it, have them win the titles on pay-per-view, not a random Dynamite. That makes no sense. Alex, your thoughts? Any thoughts?
Hey, I agree with you. It should have happened on a pay-per-view instead of a random Dynamite. But hey, man, I'm not upset about it. Bobby
Could
Lashley
they not
show.
have done this for the Australia show or Revolution in March?
Right.
Yes. Yes is the answer. Because matches are just thrown together. When you look at a AEW card, most matches are like, how did this get made? Especially on the pre-show. Anyway, enough rambling from me, Marcus. I know you're a big fan of Hurt Syndicate, Hurt Business 2.0, whatever the bloody called. Winning. To your thoughts?
The Hurt Syndicate, get it right. They hurt
I
people.
get it wrong, Victory.
Because they hurt people. Somebody about to die. All right?
I get it. Sorry.
Them going over Private Party, I mean, I get what you're saying, right? Put it on pay-per-view, get more people to watch it. Put it on. So I like to say that AEW makes WCW mistakes. Because this is some shit that would have happened on Nitro in 1999. Right? Tag title switching with a very, very over group. So it's a smart decision for Hurt Syndicate to win because they're hella over. They're probably the most over entity in AEW right now because every time they come out, everyone is singing the song.
Doesn't that just say everything?
While the match is going on, they're just singing the song. They hurt people. They keep saying it. They hurt people. They hurt people.
That's it all.
They have a known rapper on that song, not to mention MVP's also rapping the song. I love the song, personally. I listen to it every morning. It's a great move to make, wrong timing to do it. But I love the fact that the Hurt Syndicate has the tag titles because they hurt people.
Two things. One, I know they're called the Hurt Syndicate. I'm just kind of playing around here. But the reason that I'm not, I don't care what they're called because I don't care. AW. Doesn't that say everything that two former WWE guys are the hottest commodity in AEW? Not one of their own guys.
It's not their fault, man. Listen, you have a banging ass song like that. How can you resist it?
Bury them.
Hurt people.
You bury them, not bury them. Okay, if you put other people over, not necessarily bury them, but put other people over, not from WWE guys all the time.
We just talked about theme songs.
Okay.
You can't do it. It's impossible because their song kicks ass.
Fair enough.
Hard.
You had Swerve Strickland go over AR Fox. Okay. Any thoughts here, Marcus?
Who the hell is AR Fox?
Exactly. Alex, any thoughts?
Nah.
And Elvis, anything to add?
No, that one was pretty obvious. Well, why would you have Strickland lose a match like that when he's in the feud with Ricochet and make him look weak?
Here's a name for you. Hangman on a Page defeated Tyler Shoop. Who? In the words of the New Day, who's that?
Oh, real quick. Speaking of the New Day,
on their main show, and he's like bringing in who? I can't even think. Some random jobber guy from the Indies to lose to Braun Strowman, and he's like, who cares? How does that put over Braun Strowman? Anyway,
speaking of the New Day, they need new music.
Yes, I think they're going to get new music as well. Jimmy Hayter defeated Julia Hart. Hopefully, Jimmy Hayter, who's the champion? It's still Mariah May, isn't it? Yes. Jimmy Hayter hopefully gets a push. Maybe going for the title. I'm basing this purely off results. I don't know, but I'm just guessing here. I know you're a big fan of Jimmy Hayter. Marcus, so any thoughts of this one?
I mean, did she win the match, right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Hey,
Alex,
man.
any thoughts? Any thoughts of Jamie Hayter going over Julia Hart?
I mean, that was a good win, but I'm going to say this. Jamie Hayter gives me early Becky Lynch vibes.
Yeah, I can see that. And in your main event, Edge or Cope, he's calling out versus Pac. Where did they two come from?
He has
Oh
another
yeah,
name, something Sexton or whatever.
what company were they recently? And oh yes, so having two former WWE guys main event your show. Hey,
Most of the
okay,
roster is former WWE.
true. Yes, true. Okay.
It's just like back in the day, a lot of WWE superstars were former WCW superstars.
True, but after nearly 6 years, you'd think he's going to start making his own stars, and he hasn't. He's made
So hold on.
MJF.
Hold up. 6 years, right? That's what you just said, right? 6 years
In
old.
6 years in May, yes.
It's about to be 6 years old. WWE was born in
Interception birdies.
WWE was made in 1963. Is that 6 years old?
No, not at all.
No, it's not at all, right? So, of course, the people that came from WWE are going to kind of get over because you still need to build a company. 6 years old, that's still in a building stage. You got to build somewhere. Literally, the building blocks of AEW were literally some former WWE stars. It's going to keep being that way until they really start getting people that can partially get themselves over. And that could be a part of the machine that Tony Khan's trying to do. Because no one talks as well as MJF on AEW's roster. No one talks as good as he does, right? That's one part of becoming a star, being able to talk, being able to cut the promo. A lot of people in AEW can wrestle their asses off. The problem is they can't talk for shit.
Like I said, he's the only star they've made. Like, that's it. When you look at the roster, it's like, whatever. Quickly moving away from AEW. Yes, Cope, Edge, whatever, Adam Copeland, call him what you like, went over Pac. Rating aids. Jobber. Alex, your thoughts of Edge, Cope going over Pac?
I still can't get over the name change, but yeah, it was I can't wait to see him and Mox go at it. So
And Marcus, your thoughts?
Cope over Pac. Who cares?
Exactly. How does see as much
He
as
is
to be doing?
the 11th-time WWE champion and Hall of Famer, the Rated R Superstar, as Tony Chimmel would say.
Edge, right? Okay. So as much as WWE caters to the hardcores, AEW definitely caters to the hardcores. They do absolutely not want. At least WWE tries to build their audience, I suppose.
So I say this.
But AEW does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, at least WWE, they booked. They have Cena, The Rock, they had Hogan, they had who else? Taker. So at least they try to build their audience. They haven't really succeeded, but at least they try.
AEW did try. AEW did try at a moment in time. I still remember seeing Rick Ross on on a couple episodes of AEW Dynamite. It was funny as hell because, like, what? Why here? Right? They try to build their audience, but they realize that their audience isn't the casual wrestling fan. Their audience is a fan that likes to watch wrestling all the time.
Well, that's the audience not growing. If you're constantly catering to that audience, cool, okay, like the WWE audience, they're always going to be there. They're always going to pour money into the company. Great, but it's not. But that's it. That's the audience, and that's it. Like, okay,
yeah,
which is good. Like certainly with WWE. WWE know that there'll be an audience spending $50 on a Penta T-shirt. They know there's people out there rushing to buy them, and they did. You saw a lot of T-shirts on this week's Raw. So it works, but Yeah, again, they don't grow the audience, which whatever. But let's go into Raw now. Elvis, Alex, obviously Marcus doesn't watch Raw on Netflix, but we'll just go through it as whatever. But Wade Barrett was on commentary. I would have liked to have believed that this would have been Corey Graves. Obviously, Corey Graves returned on NXT. We'll get to that in a second, but. Yeah, Wade Barrett and Michael Cole make a good team. First segment saw Jey Uso come on out. Then Gunther did. They brawled. They basically just hyped the match for something as main event. Elvis, your thoughts on Barrett on commentary and the first segment?
I like Barrett on commentary, but I'm afraid I've got some bad news, aka good news. He will be a surprise entrant in this Saturday's Royal Rumble.
That would be cool,
It's
but
my prediction.
I think he'll be on commentary, but we'll see. Anyway,
well, even Pat McAfee was on commentary, and his music hit as a surprise entrant.
Yeah, okay. So James or Gunther, they brawled. Your thoughts?
Not much of anything. Just taking up airtime when they could have a 5-6 minute match of people that don't get much airtime at all. Let's talk more action.
Alex, your thoughts of Barrow on commentary and Jey Uso Gunther brawl?
Oh, my bad. I always like Barrett, so I ain't had nothing against him, you know what I'm saying? Like him on commentary. I mean, him and Michael Cole had a good little vibe going on. And as far
Michael Cole gets too into it.
Yeah. And Jey Uso and Gunther, there's like, they the brawl. They, they had a good match last night, but I know we're going to get to that later. But yeah.
And Michael Cole gets too much into it. Well, that's the whole point. I think Michael Cole, I know a lot of he gets still, but no, I don't think he gets as much hate as he used to do. But people didn't like Cole. I think he's great at his job. He's there to convey, to get you pulled in. He's meant to feel what the audience at home is feeling. That's what commentary is for.
And the thing I miss is the heel Cole when he used to talk shit about everybody. That's what I miss.
And he loved the Miz.
Yeah, and then he was always getting picked on by John Cena for everything, every promo.
So let's get to the first piece of action of the night, which was Rey Mysterio, the WWE Hall of Famer, defeating Kofi Kingston with JBL on commentary. Cool to see JBL back on commentary. Probably a much needed win for Rey here. I can't think the last big win he got. Not that beating Kofi's a big win, but it's a win. Elvis, your thoughts on that? On Rey Mysterio going over Kofi?
Predictable.
Marcus, anything to add? Rey going over Kofi?
You haven't asked me the first thing first about Wade Barrett or nothing, but all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna do all that then. So Wade Barrett being there, I mean, that's cool. That's what's up. I didn't think it was gonna be Corey. Corey not famous enough, remember? So, whatever. And I forgot the thing you said after that one. Rey versus Kofi. I mean, this is playing into the little feud that they have because, Kofi is a dick, so is Xavier Woods, and Rey is supposed to be a locker room leader. So it's all right. It furthers the feud.
Alex, anything about? I forget. My memory is. I have a memory like a sieve. If I come to you about Rey Mysterio, I forget. Sorry.
But yeah, Rey got the win. I want to see. I want to see New Day just shut up, man. Like taking losses and just expand on this heel run they got, man. They need to make something happen.
I like the new heel look for Kofi. He's like wearing dark jeans and like dark wrist tape, and it's a better look. It certainly fits. But yes, I think them cutting off the music and saying we don't like this music and we don't want this pyro and we don't want the lasers. I think that's them getting new music. Sami Zayn came on out to cut a promo. Kevin Owens interrupted him. Kevin Owens getting into Sami Zayn's head, saying, "If you help me at the Rumble, I'll help you win the Rumble, and then we can now then main event Mania." I don't think that happens. I think that match happens at Elimination Chamber, but we'll get to predictions here soon. Good segment between back and forth. The good segment there. Next match was Nia Jax taking on Bayley. Bayley's now been shipped off to Raw. I thought Bayley was getting pushed, but okay. This was an okay match, but way too many botches by Nia. Yeah. Marcus, you obviously didn't see the Sami Zayn knowing stuff, so we'll just go straight to the match. Nia going over Bayley.
Bayley's just, she had momentum last year with WrestleMania, and I hate to say it this way, the only reason why she won the Women's Rumble is because it looked better for her, and Charlotte isn't around, sadly. So her being kind of like demoted right now to NXT stuff it makes a lot of sense. She needs like a revamp again.
I won't call NXT a demotion. Well, personally, NXT is not a demotion. It's a third brand. I think people going back to NXT that they're going to get rebranded, perhaps rebooked. I don't know what the really word I'm looking for here is, but kind of repackaged to be put like Rich Holland. It's worked out for Rich Holland. So I can only really think of him as who it's worked out for.
Rich Holland and Bayley are two totally different people.
We've got two people talking here. Sorry, Marcus. Elvis was right. What were you saying, Marcus?
Comparing Rich Holland to Bayley is crazy. That's wild.
Who it's worked out for going back to NXT, and it's really worked. I think it's really worked out for. I know Rich Holland isn't getting much of a push, but he's doing more than he would on the main roster. So let's put it that way.
That's still a crazy comparison, but all right.
NXT is like minor league baseball.
Just because you don't watch NXT doesn't whatever. Anyway,
no, but it is. It's like minor league baseball.
Fly Eagles, fly to the Super Bowl, baby.
They push it as a third brand, so it's not really, is it? They push it constantly. So, Alex, your thoughts of Nia? So the Zayn Owens segment, and then Nia going over Bayley.
Kevin up and is standing up Kevin at the time, or maybe you want to give another few between them. The line, maybe WrestleMania. I don't know. We just want to. As far as Bayley and Nia, I'm a Nia fan all day. I'm not big on Bayley like that, really. So whatever Nia, I'm with it. So.
And Elvis, who's on the move, I'll get your thoughts of Nia.
It was obvious, and Nia Nia Jax needs to go to NXT.
Okay. Penta El Zero Mido going over Pete Dunne in a Penta has very quickly now become just another guy on the roster, unfortunately. Puts on good match. He put a good match against Chad Gable. He put a good match against Pete Dunne, but that aura that he came in with, and Elvis making all the noise in the world over there. But that aura he came in with, and he's Penta, quickly gone. He went 50-50 with Gable. He went 50-50 with Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne and Gable aren't 50-50. They'll lose more than they win. It should have been a 2-minute job. In he comes. If he had R-Truth cost Pete Dunne, that would have made Penta look good. But Penta should have put him away in 2 minutes. shouldn't be going 50-50 with Pete Dunne. Not at all. I don't care about the match was good. It was a good match, but how does that make Penta look good? It didn't. Your next match saw Damage Control very quickly defeat Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark. This was okay. It continued to push with Io Sky. Elvis, your thoughts of Penta winning and Damage Control winning also?
Well, it's obvious that Penta's going to win his first few matches and everything to make him look strong. And maybe down the line, like soon at WrestleMania, have him win the IC title in a ladder match.
I predict Braun Goldberg at Mania, and Braun's going to retire Goldberg. That's what I think happens. That's your Mania match. Goldberg's going to go for the IC title and put over Braun.
Well, speaking about
I think
Goldberg,
it's way too soon for Penta to win any title, really, because people still. Okay, the WWE audience know who he is, but.
But speaking about Goldberg, how about this match right here at WrestleMania, which is not going to happen at all? Goldberg versus Hulk Hogan. Who is America rooting for?
It's going to be. I think they do Goldberg. I think Braun feels so weak right now. He's just like, and he's the Intercontinental Champion, and he's been sat in the crowd for the past 2 weeks.
Braun versus Braun.
He's been sat in the crowd for the past 2 weeks like a mark. So, yeah, I think he needs a big match, and that big match is Goldberg at Mania. That's what I would do with Goldberg. But anyway, Damage Control going over Shayna and Zoe and Elvis. What?
Well, I wanted them to win, so no hard feelings there with that match.
Alex, your thoughts of Penta going over Pete Dunne, and same with Damage Control?
I mean, I'm love to see it, Penta, man. Like, keep getting them wins, keep getting them W's. We don't know, like, what hit WrestleMania future behold might get him versus Ray. Never know. So you can keep getting them W's. So we'll see what's up with what they're gonna do with them down the road. As far as Pure Fusion Collective, they deserve it.
Yeah, I could see Ray. Sorry, I could see Ray, Penta. Maybe that's what they're going to do, and Ray's going to rack up a few wins, so it makes it more of a win when Penta beats him. Yeah. But I think we're way too early to turn Penta heel, and you don't turn Ray heel, so it could be like a friendly match between the two, I suppose. Yeah. Marcus, your thoughts of Penta going over Pete Dunne and Damage Control winning?
I feel like I want to see these matches, but protesting Raw. Yeah.
So any thoughts of Penta winning and Damage Control winning?
I guess it builds up momentum for Penta. And what has Damage Control even been doing?
Io Sky's been in the women's IC tournament, and same with Dakota. Dakota and Io have been in the tournament.
Okay. That's all I got.
Yeah,
the first match that Penta should lose on Raw. I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy.
R-Truth or something like that, but go on.
Dirty Dominic Mysterio, just to build up the heat.
Dominic's not got enough heat right now. His stock's lowered. He's just like,
I know he's going cold, and I hate it.
So no, that wouldn't work.
I'm a fan of Dirty Dom.
No one cares. No one will care if that happens. You're like, oh, Dominic beat. I don't know Penta lose for a while. Not at all. But if Dominic's the guy to beat him, no one will care. Be like, okay, next. And your main event of Raw, Seth freaking Rollins rolling up, jackknife pin, 1, 2, 3, Drew McIntyre. Why? Seth could have easily lost this. Builds momentum for Drew heading into the Rumble. Why did Seth need the win? Ugh. Good match, but why did he need the win? My
He
rate,
probably
my rate.
needed to win because he keeps on losing to CM Punk.
So Drew couldn't have. Okay, the ending of Raw, maybe that's why, because Sami Zayn accidentally Helluva kicked Rollins. So did they do Rollins, Zayn, and then Zayn beats him, and that's a bigger win for Zayn? Okay, but Rollins is one of those could easily come bounce back from a few wins. He's just one of those guys. Anyway, my rating for Raw, ew, just below opening match, I'll say. Marcus, your thoughts on Rollins beating Drew?
Wait, what? Rollins beat Drew?
Right, Jack, he went for the Claymore, got rolled up in the jackknife pin, and yeah, beat him.
I hate it. Hate it.
Okay. Alex, your thoughts and your rating for Raw?
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I was looking for. I mean, I'm a Seth fan. I mess with Seth, but Drew should have won it. Like real talk.
He should have. No disagreement there.
But I think the building. Ugh. But if Seth lost to Punk and he loses to Drew, how's that in a big win? Okay, he's beating Rollins will still be a big win for Sami Zayn. But he's bigger if Rollins has had a few wins. Elvis, your thoughts of Rollins beating Drew, and how I do ratings now is from jobber all the way to main event. The jobber, opening match, mid card, main event. So
The wrong person won that match. But overall, if we're doing a grade level, I would say B minus. And then also, I know on Netflix it's not always going to be 3 hours. It was only about 2 hours and 40 minutes long. So the thing is, when people are buying tickets for Raw, you never know if it's going to be 2 hours long, 3 hours long, 4 hours long.
Not 4 hours, thank you. I think it's good that it finishes before the 3 hours. So you're not looking at the clock because halfway through SmackDown, I'm like, oh, it's over for another an hour and a half. Oh, and that shouldn't be. It should be no. Make it 4 hours. Another hour and a half to go. This stuff. Like, oh, okay, right. I think the 3 hours has really killed SmackDown. Just it sent away any crowd they did have. Like I keep saying, it's the hardcores watching. It's the hardcores that want 3 hours. But guys, get to NXT, and Corey Graves is back. So I don't know what made him come back. Maybe they said this isn't going to be permanent, and when Pat McAfee leaves is it August? He's going to leave for Game Day. You know
Yes,
what?
sir. Yes, sir. That's my favorite. That's my favorite pregame show. Yeah. That's
So
something
when he leaves.
That's when Corey Graves probably get clicked back in. But that's something I love more than wrestling. College football. Yeah.
And I presume that he'll call the pay-per-views with Michael Cole. He's back on speed. So yeah, they probably said this isn't permanent, but bear with it, kind of thing. Your first match of the night was Tony D'Angelo retaining against Ridge Holland. Cool, but I'm getting quite fed up with these random thrown together, real no storyline, real no build title matches of like he beat Ridge Holland, he beat Sean Spears, he beat Nunzio. None of those had a build. It was just there's your match. Elvis, you don't watch NXT, do you, or not? What's going on over there?
I'm in the kitchen cooking. I watched it this past week partially because I do work nights, so I don't watch it every Tuesday. It's just like I don't watch AEW every Wednesday because sometimes I work on Wednesday nights. But that match was obvious who was going to win.
And is he Dame? Because so is it Dame getting a little push out or a little storyline out of this? And again, if you want like NXT, everybody gets to put all the way from Dion Lennox to Over, all the way from Cora Jade to Julia. Everyone gets a push. Everyone gets storylines. So they're doing something with Izzy, so that's cool. But yeah. Alex, your thoughts of Corey Graves coming back and Tony Angelo returning?
It was due. I mean, he had to come back.
Is that you, Elvis? All that noise. It's always you, Elvis. Always you.
That's the TV.
Okay. You're always noisy.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Sorry. Every time you're on here, you're making noise. Last time you were cooking as well and making lots of noise. Alec, did you give your thoughts on Tony going over Rich Holland or not?
Oh no, I mean I seen little bits and pieces of that match, but like who Izzy Dane caused something on Ridge Holland in the match. So I was like, what's going on here with that? I mean, but I was kind of
Which makes no sense because wasn't it Sean's faction, whatever they are called? He was trying to recruit Izzy.
I think.
So how does that make sense in costing a match against Rich Holland, who's in no faction? Anyway, Marcus, your thoughts of Corey being back and Tony D'Angelo returning?
Cora, you said Cora being back?
Corey Graves back on commentary.
Corey Graves. There's nowhere else to put him. I mean, I hate 3-man teams. So, he's wherever he's going to fit in at, after his public bitch fit. So, got to put him somewhere. And the match with Rich Holland versus who again? Sorry.
Tony D'Angelo retains.
Yeah, Tony D, the Don, Gotta have the Don winning. Because the Don is the Don, I don't know who that girl was that interfered, but the Don.
and it just shows that's how talented Corey Graves is. If you'd that been, let's say, who else does commentary now and again? I suppose Byron Saxton. I suppose he does fills in. If he had a spat on X, he'd be gone. See you, bye. We can easily replace you. All he does is he's on the press conferences, so he can be easily. He does a good job, but he can be easily replaced. So it just goes to show how talented Corey Graves is, I think. Bailey came on out. Julia did. Roxanne Perez and Moxie's favorite girl, Cora Jade, did. They brawled. This is how you're getting a tag team match next week. I think you get Bailey versus Roxanne at Vengeance Day. Roxanne wins. That's a call up. I think she's gonna be in the Rumble, but I think her official call up will come after Vengeance Day. Wesley over Dion Lennox squash match, but that's it. That's
I like Wesley.
Say that again, Elvis.
I like Wesley.
Okay. That's your thoughts. Is that your input there? Okay.
Yeah.
Marcus, any thoughts on the Bailey, Julia, and the other two girl segment, and Wesley going over Dion Lennox?
I like how you call Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade is definitely one of those other girls. I mean, once again, Bailey's being down there trying to get her character back together. I get it. So that was a cool little segment, and you could tell Julia, and I said this before in our group chat, Julia's going to end up becoming the greatest Japanese wrestler that's ever come through WWE. Because look at how well she speaks English. Her English skills are getting amazing. And guess what? That's a part of being able to cut a promo in WWE and you getting pushed. She's going to continue to get pushed. She's going to continue to get great. I don't know how old Julia is, but I really hope that she gets a run on the main
I think
roster.
I'll
at
very
some point
quickly
in time.
Google it, but
And now the you talking about the Wesley thing when he got smacked by Trick?
no, he beat Dion Lennox.
He beat a guy I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
You know, he got the shit smacked out of him by Trick though. Keep that shit out your mouth, bro.
Oh yeah.
Keep that.
30. So Julia's 30, so fairly, so
Oh
still
man, she
quite
got
young.
time. She got time. She's going to be the greatest Japanese wrestler we've had. She's going to have to be the greatest Japanese WWE wrestler of all time. If she continues on like taking her English classes and getting really, her in-ring work is already great. All she's missing is a promo, and she's getting better week by week.
I'd say Asuka. She held the NXT Women's title for nearly 700 days or something. It was a long title reign. So.
As a overall character, as an overall performer, Asuka still can't cut a promo to save her life. She can cut a great Japanese promo, but an English promo, Io Sky can cut a better English promo than Asuka can.
Right? How about Nakamura?
And this is they can cut a better promo than him in English because their fluency is starting to get better. This is no offense to anybody that watches NJPW or any other Japanese company, or this is no offense to any Japanese or even foreign wrestler. But when you come to WWE and you want to get pushed to the stars, you got to be able to speak eloquently. You got to be able to talk. Because if you can't talk, you can't get pushed. Look at Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah. Okay. Well, one person that comes to mind is Brock Lesnar. I can't think of any good promo he's ever cut. He's not that good, and that's why he had Paul Heyman. So
he doesn't need to cut a promo. It's just look at his physique.
Yeah,
true. His actions speak louder than words, don't they?
Yes.
Alex, your thoughts on the 4-woman segment and Wesley going over Dion Lennox?
Well, like I said, the little situation between Bailey and Roxanne, I see that coming up soon. I know it's gonna be on pay-per-view or whatever. But that was an interesting segment, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like Bailey gonna try to challenge for the NXT title or what, but we'll see on that situation. And I don't know who that was that Wesley fought, but
Fair enough. Somebody do know Lexus King retaining the Heritage Cup against Charlie Dempsey. Maybe it's time for Charlie to go up to the main roster. I don't know. I looked at them on NXT this week and I thought, well, are they ready? I don't know. What else do you do with them, I suppose? It's only Charlie Dempsey. What else do you do with him? He's not going after, oh boy, you get killed in seconds. He could go after Tony, I suppose, but whatever.
He would get lost on the main card right now.
He's good in the ring, but yes. And Carmen Petrovic over definitely Marcus's favourite, Jada Parker. It's a win for Carmen Petrovic, and that's about it. Elvis, your thoughts on Carmen winning and on Lexus retaining?
Yeah, it was predictable and everything, but Lexus King is going to be staying on NXT for a while, and so is Charlie Dempsey.
Alex, your thoughts on both?
I want to see more of what Lexus King can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, be honest, like he should be challenging for the North American title, but that little trophy thing, whatever. I guess you can call that a title or whatever. And I'm tired of seeing Jada Parker lose, man. Like, for real. Give him a girl.
Stop and start 50-50 push and no, that's the worst.
And then on a second note, I do love watching Lola Vice and Nikita Lyons in the ring for obvious reasons.
Okay, Marcus, Lexus King returning and your girl Jada losing. Give your thoughts on both.
Lexus King is, he's continuing to get good. The it's an interesting gimmick because it's like, oh, I'm not trying to be like my dad, but I do dad like things. Okay, cool, whatever. And I'm tired of Jada Parker counting the lights. What the fuck is going on?
Right.
This Petrovich girl, the girl, you talking about Adonis's side John? Get her the fuck out of here, man. Get her the fuck out of here. Jada Parker should have been. Listen, get my girl inside the North American title picture, man, ASAP, for real. Because she deserves it, and
How's
she's
that
over
last
like over.
legend?
She's in a tag team.
I think Metaphor do it next week though. I think they're going to with the.
That's what I'm hoping for. Why are y'all all downtown? Go home. It's not the Super Bowl. Sorry.
I think Metaphor is it's time for them to go up to the main roster. They've done everything in NXT and they're just there now. So yeah, bring them up. And to close out NXT, 2 matches to go over. Brooks Jensen and Nico Vance of Level Up fame. For those that watched Level Up, probably not many people did, but there you are. Defeated the family, and Femi retaining against Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe put on a good performance. Obviously lost. And my rating, good NXT, I will say mid-card. So
Who
Alex,
are the
your
Speed
thoughts?
champions now?
What?
Who are the current Speed champions?
We ain't get there yet.
Dragon Lee and Calypso Ray. Alex, your thoughts on Brooks Jensen and Nico Vance winning and Eddie Thorpe, Brooks Over retaining, and your rating for NXT?
I did not see that tag match, and I didn't know that they put him with a new partner. But hey, as far as on the main event, Over gonna dominate. Over Darula. So yeah, and I can't wait to see that rematch between him and Trick.
Do that Vengeance Day and probably then call Trick up, I think, maybe. Your rating for NXT?
Oh, my rating, I would say opening match.
Really? Okay, fair enough. Elvis, your thoughts of what I've just said to the tag match, over winning and rating?
But winning, of course, he has to win. He's a beast in the ring and everything, and I do watch his matches every now and then. But overall rating, I'm gonna dog it a little bit. I'll say C.
Okay, then. So that would be kind of again for the opening match, I suppose. And Marcus, then 3 questions. Tag match, your thoughts over retaining and rating.
What was the tag match?
Nico Vance and Brooks Jensen taking on the family.
I slept on that, John, because I was just
Okay.
like, who the fuck am I watching? Of course, Oba. I mean, like Oba being who gives a damn Eddie Thorpe. Yeah, that was great. That was great stuff. I'm going to give NXT mid card.
Very quickly, we'll go to Speed as Elvis mentioned it. So you had Chris Sabin very quickly going over Grayson Wallace. You're getting Chris Sabin, Chad Gable next week. Winner of that will go on to face Dragon Lee. Yeah, jobber, I suppose, because it's a win for Chris Sabin, but why are they trying to separate him from Alex Shelley? Anyway. So let's go to Smacky D, SmackDown. Joe Tessitore interviewed Cody Rhodes in the ring. That just hyped up the contract signing at Saturday night's main event. First piece of action of the night is on Multitude of Machine Guns over Pretty Deadly. Gun match here. Pretty Deadly looked good. When Machine Guns lost the title so quick, I thought, oh, there's going to be just another tag team. Then they're slowly coming out of that, and they're not just another tag team anymore. So, yes, Elvis, your thoughts on the Cody segment and Machine Guns winning?
Machine Guns winning was obvious, and I gotta say, I am a fan of Cody Rhodes. I know you aren't a fan of Cody Rhodes, so
No, I'm not a fan
it
of
is
the
what it is.
booking of Cody. That's what I'm not a fan of. Anyway, whatever. The booking. Watching Saturday night's main event, I thought it'd been 9 months and it still feels after 9 months of being champion, which is not fairly. It's not nine. It's not a Reigns title run or Hogan or Bruno Sammartino or anything like that. But 9 months is a long time, and he still feels. Alex, your thoughts on the Cody Rhodes interview and pretty deadly taking the loss to Machine Guns?
Oh yeah, man. Cody, I'm always down to see Cody. A good promo from Cody. You know what I'm saying? It was good promo with him and Mike Test. So you know what I'm saying? It was dope. As far as Pretty Deadly goes, I don't like Pretty Deadly. Not a Pretty Deadly fan. So anytime they take an L, I'm with it. I don't care who beats.
How dare you?
And same question, Marcus. Cody Rhodes interview, your thoughts on Pretty Deadly taking the L?
Cool interview, like it. We never seen Joe Tessitore do those kind of interviews, so that was actually pretty nice to see. And I don't really care for the Pretty Deadly, so they could take the L.
How dare you?
Hey, they're not Billy and Chuck, bro.
Out came Kevin Owens, cutting a promo on the announce table. Jimmy Uso interrupts. That match got set up for later. We've now learned that The Miz is on SmackDown. Okay. Moving him to SmackDown does nothing for me. He's still going to be a glorified jobber. Meat Chin and B-Fab over Chelsea Green and Papa Niven. I like this. I like that B-Fab's getting a push. I do like Meat Chin. And now that sets up Meat Chin. Why couldn't they have done this at the Rumble? But whatever. Okay, it's 3 hours and they need something to fill SmackDown. But Meat Chin challenges Chelsea Green next week for the Women's US title. Marcus,
Why?
I'll come to you first. Owens, Jimmy Uso segment, Miz moving to SmackDown, and the Women's tag match.
I didn't see the segment.
He didn't miss much. It was just Owens cutting a promo about Joe Tessitore being a liar, and then Jimmy Uso interrupted him.
Okay. And what was the other things?
Miz moving to SmackDown, and Meat Chin and B-Fab over Chelsea Green and Papa Niven.
All right, well, that tag match, it is what it is. Miz moving to SmackDown. So that just kills off whatever he was doing with the Final Testament, I guess. So,
Definitely.
That's what's up. That's what's up, WWE. That's what you get for getting on stupid ass Netflix, dick eaters.
Yeah, they did. Like he was being he was
being pushed, and now hey, go your own.
Did a segment did an interview on did a segment like an interview with Karrion Kross on Raw. Then he did the backstage interview and a sort of segment, and now he's on SmackDown. Okay. And the tag team match, Meat Chin and B-Fab taking a win against Piper and Chelsea. Marcus.
I already talked about that. You missed
it. Sorry, I missed it. I missed it laughing at the Miz being on SmackDown now. Alex, your thoughts on Owens, Jimmy Uso segment, Miz being on SmackDown, and the women's tag match?
I thought the Owens Jimmy segment was dope. I didn't expect Jimmy to come out though, but hey, you got a match out of it. And those segments were funny because he was trying to recruit help because the Wyatt's on SmackDown, so he's like, "Oh man, I'm on SmackDown. I'm gonna get a bag up," and everybody was like, "Well, time I know they going to Raw, so they messed that up." So, yeah. Yeah.
But nothing has been done with the Wyatts either. So yeah.
All right.
And
I hope
Beef having Meechin over Piper and Chelsea.
he gets the U.S. title. Like this is gonna be the second or third time. I don't know, but yeah, mentioned he used to get it this time. This go round. So it's good. I like to see B Fab in action a little bit more. She's really come on her own.
The women's locker room emptied. Tiffany comes out. Rhea, Nia, Bianca Belair,
The whole
Naomi,
locker room.
Liv basically to a six-woman tag match. Liv, Nia, and Candice over Rhea and the champions. Rhea, Bianca, and Naomi. There was a mention for Liv heading into the Rumble, basically, and Apollo Crews, who should be pushed more than he is and isn't. All the talent in the world, but very little charisma. Maybe that's why he's not pushed. But Apollo Crews with Johnny Gargano, I think this is a nothing thing. This is just a small part of a bigger story, and that's all it was. Elvis,
much of it.
What?
It was much of nothing with that match, but with the women's, it was obvious it was going to turn into a match. But how I always say, less talk, more action in the damn ring.
Okay. Alex, your thoughts on the... We'll just jump to the match. So the particular women's tag match and Apollo over Gargano.
Well, the match was straight. The match was fire. 6-man tag. I figured like I hate they kind of cheated my girls out the win, but hey, it is what it is. And they just trying to give Apollo something to do, man. Like the way I see it, like he was teaming with Baron Corbin before he got released. So is it getting Apollo something to do for real?
Apollo was like I said, all the talent in the world, but Marcus, your thoughts? So again, women's six-woman tag match and Apollo defeating Johnny Gargano.
The fact that Apollo Crews is on SmackDown is crazy. Where he been at? Where they been hiding that man?
Catering.
Yes.
Dark matches. The 6-woman tag. Who was in that?
Liv, Nia, Candice taking on Rhea, Naomi, and Bianca. Sums it up, fair enough. You had LA Knight,
Yeah.
over Tama Tonga. Again, builds momentum for the Rumble. A-Town down under have moved off to Raw now. They're going to do exactly the same. They're going to do exactly the same every week. That's it. It changes nothing. I've got a new. Damian Priest is now on SmackDown. I think that's a good move. His push continued over Carmelo Hayes. But I think Hayes needs to win, and I think he needs to beat Jimmy Uso next week. Otherwise, ugh. I'll come to you first, Marcus. So, LA Knight over Tama Tonga. A-Town Down Under gone to Raw, and Damian Priest coming to SmackDown and beating Carmelo Hayes.
LA Knight beating Tama Tonga. I guess that's once again that's cool. I hope it's building towards something other than a match with Jacob Fatu. Who came to SmackDown?
Damian Priest.
No, A-Town Down Under have been shipped to move to Raw.
Yeah, I don't want to see them.
Priest came to SmackDown and beat Carmelo Hayes.
Ooh, that's actually a good pickup. That's a good pickup.
I do like Priest, and I like the push he's getting, but I can't.
He needs a fresher start because what he did on Raw, he was done. It was over. He was done with what he was doing on Raw. So him coming to SmackDown is a fresh start. So that's good. And I mean, I really don't care for the A-Town Down Under. They could go suck. They could
Hey,
suck
hey,
on.
hey, hey,
They
hey,
could suck on
hey,
some
hey!
eggs.
They are the future tag team champions. Sorry to interrupt, but
They
damn.
already were tag champs. They need to set the down.
No, I like them.
Okay. Alex, so your thoughts on all three? LA Knight over Tama, A-Town Down Under shipped off to the Red Brand, and Priest coming to SmackDown and beating Carmelo.
Yeah, I'd like to see my boy LA Knight get back in the mix of it, man. He needed U.S. title back. And Thomas just wild because with everybody saying,
And then you got Jacob Fatu behind him putting some of the best promos, definitely not ever, but he's getting better, Jacob. So,
like I said, I'm not gonna miss A-Town down. Like, need to go and break up, man. Like, go on do the single turn Austin Theory face and see what we get from there.
that's what they were meant to be. Like they were the tease last year. Like, are they going to turn?
Yeah.
Obviously not.
Yeah, and I'd like to see my boy Priest get their first start, get away from Judgment Day. That's over with. Let's see what we can do on SmackDown. Will he be the WWE champion? Who knows? But what's his run gonna look like?
I like Priest, and if he's the guy to beat Cole, they're great. But I'll get to my thoughts, but we'll get to shortly. Here we'll get to Rumble predictions, but. Elvis, your thoughts on all of that? Do you want me to repeat it, or do you remember?
The LA Knight winning, I didn't think he was going to win, so that was a bit shocking. And perhaps the greatest SmackDown team going to Raw, that's a step up for them. And Priest coming to SmackDown, that was a shocker in the scramble. And of course, when that match was talked about right there in the back, it was obvious that Priest was going to win. But secondly, so with all this scramble with several people moving around, are we even gonna have
a needed draft?
Is there even gonna be a draft after WrestleMania?
No point now, is there?
And then how
doesn't mean
these
go back to Raw, like, ugh.
And then with the past, say, 5 years or so, when somebody gets drafted to another brand and then they show up on the other brand, oh, the general managers talk something out and they're only here for this week. I'm like, stay on one damn brand.
I think there's probably going to be no draft this year, and the least is different, I suppose, but. And to close out SmackDown, you had Kevin Owens over Jimmy Uso, builds momentum heading into the Rumble. Brawl ends the night between Cody and Owens. Give it a rating of just below mid card, I'll say. So we're going to go back to you, Elvis. Your thoughts on
top tier of SmackDown? That was the best show of the week that I watched, and Kevin Owens, of course, had to win, so he doesn't look weak. Although he's going to lose at the Rumble because it makes no sense for him to become champion.
We'll get to that shortly here. Alex, your thoughts of Owens winning and rating?
Yeah, it was a good matchup, Jimmy and KO. But I think SmackDown was a good mid card. It was a mid card this week.
And same question to you, Marcus, to finish off SmackDown.
What's the opening match? It wasn't that good. It wasn't a jobber, but it was below mid card for me.
And let's finish things off with Saturday night's main event that was super filler. And I think that the 10,000 adverts just really, really take me out of the match. It's just you can't really enjoy a match when there's entrance commercial. Here comes Nia Jax commercial. She does one move commercial. She does a leg drop commercial. How are you meant to enjoy it if there's so many commercials? Anyway. So Rhea Ripley defended against Nia. So defended and retained against Nia. Okay. At least Nia didn't botch like she did on SmackDown, on Raw. not on SmackDown, on Raw. But it really said it all. And a current, again, I said this last night, if Nia goes to Raw tomorrow night, okay. But as we speak right here, right now, she's a current SmackDown superstar. And you have a SmackDown star challenge for a Raw title because you've not got anybody on Raw apart from Liv. Okay. Elvis, your thoughts of Rhea going over Nia?
Well, I'll just say I got every match right last night, so that sums it up for every single match. But it shocked me on how Braun won. I didn't think he was going to win by DQ, but overall, it was just a filler, and I don't think that they should be doing Saturday night's main event that often. I think it should be just 2 or 3 times a year.
I think it is. The next one's July. Marcus, your thoughts of Rhea going over Nia retaining?
Of course, I don't like it.
Why? You thought Rhea was losing on a filler thrown together?
I don't like it.
You thought
we don't
Nia
care.
Winning on a thrown together filler, zero thoughts.
Because I don't like it. That's why.
Okay. Alex, your thoughts. Did you like it?
I mean, I liked it. I mean, I knew Rhea wasn't gonna lose. I mean, Rhea's probably not gonna lose her belt to probably WrestleMania. She's gonna.
I don't think she defends now till Mania. You've got no one else for her. She's not defending at the Rumble unless you throw something together on Raw. Ugh, no. So she's probably not defending at the Rumble. Chamber, I can't see. I think she did the next defense is Mania, which says it all. Bron Breakker retaining against Sheamus. I like the spear. So when Sheamus came off the steps and spear by Bron, that was good. That was the only good bit about the match. The rest was filler. Yeah. Alex, what were your thoughts about that one?
I mean, it was a packed match, to be honest. But you know, I was rooting for my boy Sheamus, but at the same time, I like Breakker, so it was like, but hopefully, at some point, Sheamus finally get his IC title run. It might be a WrestleMania. We might get a multi-man match or something like that. But Breakker's gonna lose right now. If
I'm booking Braun, he beats Goldberg at Mania. That's what you do with Goldberg. It's a big win for him. That's what I think. Goldberg's a legend. What else do you do with Goldberg? Who else does he face?
John Cena.
Gunther.
Hell no. So Cena, Goldberg, no. Marcus, your thoughts of Braun retaining against Sheamus?
Like Alex said, well, actually, I don't care for Bron Breakker. I actually don't like him. He just reminds me of Goldberg plus his uncle. Just a weird combination. Of course, I want to see Sheamus get the IC title and just solidify his spot in the WWE Hall of Fame. Look at how hard Sheamus works on keeping up his figure and just being, keeping up with being able to keep going in the ring. The dude's like 40-something years old, and the dude works out harder than most current stars that are younger than he is. It sucks to see that he ain't win, but it was a good match though.
So are you all three of you the same? The commercial breaks will take you out the match, or do you not mind them?
I mean, what's the difference between watching Raw or Smack? I mean, what's the difference between watching Raw or SmackDown? Nothing.
There's nowhere near as many. Nowhere near. It was 10 in 2 hours.
Well, here's the thing, right? They also have to advertise, and they got to get paid through advertising dollars. So it is what it is with the commercial breaks. That gives the wrestlers time to get a break. This is like a glorified house show that they're just putting on as a TV special. So there's going to be commercial breaks. They're going to take rest. There's going to be rest holds. Like, it is what it is.
Did it take it out for you, Alex, or no? Or did it take you out the match?
I mean, normally when I get commercial break, I just browse on Facebook. So I mean, it is
But I can't really enjoy the match. It's like, oh, the match is getting going. Oh, commercial break.
right.
Okay, okay. It was then that Elvis very quickly asked you the same question. Are you a fan of the commercial breaks or do you not mind them?
This is too many damn commercial breaks.
We then had the contract signing between Cody and Owens. Kind of the biggest story here was Shawn Michaels super kicking Owens. That was cool. But this was to pop the crowd, to pop the people there. Shawn Michaels from San Antonio. He can't wrestle, but let's have him do a super kick. And yeah. Any thoughts, Elvis, or no? Of the
It was,
contract signing?
of course, it was gonna end in a brawl of some sort, and but what caught me off guard is that Sean did his sweet chin music. He tuned up the band.
I thought he was going to. When he was tuning up the band, I thought he's actually going to hit it, and he did, and cool, yeah. Marcus, any thoughts?
Yeah, it was a cool segment. And like you know, when Sean tuned up the band, it was like, oh snap, yeah, somebody getting physical.
I don't think this means he's going to. I don't. Well, no. Elvis messaged me after Saturday night's main event and said, that, "Oh, Owens Michaels at Mania." No,
No,
no.
ain't no one saying that. That's crazy.
And Alex, any thoughts of Shawn Michaels doing the super kick on Owens?
Well, there's my all-time favorite finishes, like on top five, Sweet Chin music, man. Love to see it. Ain't nobody can do it like HBK. Okay, how that HBK? Nobody can do it like HBK. I'm sorry.
And then we had Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman. Jacob won by DQ, but I think this is his push. He destroyed Braun Strowman. Reigns, Jacob at Mania, but I think you have to have Jacob win, and I can't see Reigns losing that. So maybe that's too early. Maybe do that at SummerSlam, perhaps. I don't know. It's never-ending bloodline feud. Yeah, I think like this is a push for Jacob to start that push. Elvis has already given his thoughts. So, Alex, your thoughts?
Jacob finna be that dude, man. Jacob finna run shop and WWE. So they better be ready. I don't know what the WrestleMania gonna look like, but Jacob finna damage. Leave it
And Marcus, anything to add?
No.
And your main event, Yeet. Well, it was no Yeet because I think was it like a 10-minute match with all the. Anyway, so Jey Uso, Gunther retaining. No shocker there, really. I don't know what you do with Gunther now. He's not going to match the Rumble. He's probably going to something to be thrown together for him at Chamber, I would imagine. Just above Jobber, I'll say, but very filler, very thrown together. Just it was what it was. It was just to get into the Rumble. Marcus, your thoughts on the main event and your rating?
So sad. Once again, like over like Rover and Gunther is literally just holding that championship hostage at this point. Like literally just holding this shit hostage because he's boring as hell now. Like he was interesting on the hunt. He was interesting when he beat Priest twice. Now he boring as hell. And it's like, bro, just put it on the Yeet Man. Just, like, stop acting like that. Y'all scared. What are they scared of? I don't know, but it's pissing me off. So yeah, and I give it mid card. It was a mid card event.
Okay. I didn't think anything was good, but I didn't think anything was bad either. So middle ground, really. But okay. Like I didn't come away thinking, "Oh, that was fantastic," but I didn't. Well, I thought, it was okay. And Alex, your to finish up here, your thoughts of Jay losing to Gunther and your rating for the entire event.
Yeah, that man kind of had me on the edge of my seat a little bit because like that one point to get this super kick, the spear, and the splash. I was like, oh. And he jumped out. I was like, oh. I hope
Yeah, when he hit the splash, I thought, "Are they going to give it him?" So yeah, that was good.
yeah. But, yeah, no, it was a good event. I'll give it a mid card. It wasn't bad. It wasn't, perfect. It was okay.
Yeah. So we'll do predictions in a second, but I will play an ad. So let me get rid of that so you can fully see the ad, the people at home. And here you go. That is right. Like, subscribe, share, all of that. So let's do some predictions, and those predictions are for. Let me find it. There we are. Give me a second. There we are. So we've got in a 2 out of 3 falls match with the WWE Tag Team titles, DIY defending against Motor City Machine Guns. I will kick this off and say I think DIY retain. They're doing some of their best work, and they slowly hinted at a feud with Fraxium. So yeah, I think DIY retain here. Elvis, who have you got?
I would have them retain the titles because they just got it back not too long ago. But since it's the 2 out of 3 falls, the Motor City Machine Guns might get the first victory, and then they lose the next 2.
Or you do one, or do one apiece, and then DIY win. Marcus, who have you got in the tag team match?
DIY.
And
It
Alex,
feels like they just wanted more.
sorry. And Alex, who have you got?
Got to go with DIY, man. DIY all day.
So we'll go to the women's rumble. Not qualified. So he announced so far. Nia Jax, Bayley, Charlotte, woo, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez. I think it's between 2 for me. I think, like I said, Roxanne is going to get called up. I think you're going to see a lot of TNA women in this one. Possibly Becky returns, maybe. Legends. Who knows? Now, rumors are Charlotte Tiffany at Mania. I don't think Tiffany does it here. But we got to you first, Elvis. You can give your thoughts on what Legends are going to be if you want, and who you're going for the Women's Rumble.
Well, I would say Victoria, Ivory, Lita, just keep it in a short list because, of course, it's only going to be 2 or 3 legends returning. And then to win, just to do it, they're probably going to have Charlotte win. Charlotte, Rhea for the 10,000th time. Or I really don't want to toot my horn and say Mommy Liv, so I won't say her. So Swerve, let's have
Charlotte, okay, who I think wins the chamber, possibly.
Well, I think she's going to win the Rumble.
She'd never won a chamber match until she does that. That's her resume. My pick is between two. Is between Nia or Liv. I think they give it to Liv, and you think they run Liv Rhea back because they got nobody else for Rhea, so they just do that. That's what they're gonna do. Yeah. Alex, who are you going for? You can have a guess on Legends if you like. If not, okay. And for your winner for the Women's Rumble.
I was thinking Charlotte might win, but she won it before. But she been gone for a while, so I want to say they might give it to her. Then if she doesn't win it, Nia has to win. So I don't know.
Then what do you do with Rhea at Mania? Who do you give to Rhea?
Oh,
Name someone on Raw that isn't Liv Morgan that's in the title picture.
I don't want to see Rhea and Liv Morgan. That's over with. I don't want to see that again.
Name someone in the title picture on Raw that isn't Liv Morgan.
Or you run Becky back, Becky and Rhea back.
She's not in the title picture. Currently in the title picture is Liv, and that's it. No one else. They've got no one else. Everyone else is mid-card, so I think they do run back Liv Rhea at Mania, but there we are. And Marcus, you have a guess on Legends if you like, and your winner, your pick for the winner
for the Women's Rumble.
Yeah, Women's Rumble first.
Jordan Grace is going to show up. I think Kalani Jordan is going to show up. I think Lash is going to show up. I think Ms. Jackson is going to show up. I think Parker's going to show up.
Not one of those are Legends, but okay, fair enough.
Hey, I'm just telling you people I think it's going to show up.
Okay, fair enough. Right then.
Who can still do moves? McCool? Sure. Why not McCool? Lita, Trish, just those three. It's gonna be mostly a young girls kind of thing. And the winner, woo!
Okay, then same question to you. I know you don't watch Raw, but I'm sure you're aware of the title picture.
I am not.
Well, it hasn't changed. The title picture hasn't changed since the last time you watched.
Morgan?
Outside of Liv, name me somebody outside of Liv who's in the title picture.
No one.
There we are. So that's who's Rhea's facing at Mania then, because we've got no one.
Charlotte.
You could run that back. Okay, then who do you give to Tiffany then? Okay, you give Nia, but See, my thing of Mania matches, and this might be me personally, that's the only place it can take place. If a Mania match can be on anywhere else, it's not big enough for Mania. It shouldn't be on the card. So like last year, Styles versus LA Knight, that wasn't big enough. Bayley versus Io Sky wasn't big enough. For example, if it can happen anywhere else on any other pay-per-view or any other show, take it off Mania. The Elite, it's WrestleMania, the Super Bowl of WWE, the biggest weekend of the calendar year. The Elite of the Elite, and you get LA Knight versus AJ Styles, really? Anyway, Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title in a ladder match. Let's go with you first, Alex. Is Owens winning or does Cody retain?
Yeah, I'm a big KO fan, but Cody's winning it, man.
Marcus, you're next. Who's winning this one?
The Rumble, or you talking about the match?
The match, Owens and Cody.
Oh, Cody Rhodes.
So, okay, before I go to Elvis, Cody Owens wins because what's been the point of this 4-month heel turn? Why did he turn heel in the first place? What do you then do with Owens at Mania?
Opportunity.
What the fuck's that noise? There we go. You're leaking. Right. You didn't make so much noise. Just mute yourself till I ask you think it's going to win the Rumble and all that. Ugh. Noise. Anyway. Lost my track of thought. Thank you for that, Elvis. So yes, Owens. What do you do with Owens at Mania? I think you do Owens, Zayn at the Chamber think you could do that quite easily. I see Orton returning in the Rumble. Owens comes out on the following SmackDown. Orton interrupts. He wants to get retribution for Owens taking him out. A ladder match protects Cody. Cody then comes out and says, I never got pinned. You make a triple threat for Mania. And Cody wins it back. Do I want that to happen? Hell no. Cody's boring as hell and ugh. But that's probably what they're going to do. So I think Owens takes a title at Mania, at the Rumble. Otherwise, what's been the point? Elvis, have you stopped making noise? And who do you think wins, Cody or Owens?
Cody's going to win. It's the obvious choice. You can't have him lose at the Rumble. And then,
why not? It's okay. What do you then do with Owens at Mania? Who does Owens face? You could do non-title Owens Orton. Okay, then who does Cody face?
Well, how about Owens versus Nick Aldis?
Ugh. Ugh. Well, the fact that we are not. How long are we away from Mania now? It's 15th and when is it? 16th and 17th of April. So what? About 100 days away from Mania, and I couldn't tell you who could face Cody if he's not the champion. Why? Because everybody feels 50-50 apart from about 3 people. Cody, Reigns, Punk. The rest, everybody else feels 50-50. Anyway, let's go to the men's rumble. So already announced are LA Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura definitely. I would love Nakamura to win, but no. Rey, no. LA Knight, no. Jey, no. I think Punk and Rollins will cost each other the match. You've also got the factory. Trick Williams going to be called up. What TNA guys are going to be in it? Is Joe Henry going to be in it? What legends are going to be in it? Also, I think this year's Rumble is very interesting. So Cena, Cena, Reigns, or Drew, or Zayn. Cena, I think, wins the chamber. I think you do not give Cena the Rumble. You do not give Cena that can come out in the following Raw and go, I want to match. And we saw it with Jey Uso. Jey Uso did exactly with that. He came, Gunther was in the ring, out comes Jey Uso, he's got a match just like that at Saturday night's main event. I get that they needed a match and they just threw it together, but still, Cena could easily cut a promo on Raw and say, I want a match, and he gets one because he's John Cena. Reigns does the same, and I think Jacob costs Reigns possibly. So it's Drew or Zayn. Drew. I'm really 50-50. It's probably Drew to give the reason why he's been losing all the time. But Zayn is there, and the Rumble should be to push people like they've done with other people in the past. Bianca, Drew, Rhea, just to name a few. Cody, when he won the first one. All those guys were there, and it's to elevate them. It shouldn't be a Cena, it shouldn't be an Orton, it shouldn't be a Reigns, it shouldn't be a Punk. All of these can come out on Raw or SmackDown and say, I want to title match and gets one. I'll say Drew. I would like Zayn to do it. Why not? Why not give Zayn the Rumble win? But I'll say Drew McIntyre wins this year's Rumble. Alex, I'll go to you next then. Any thoughts on Legends and your winner for it?
I don't know much on Legends, but I know we're gonna probably get some NXT stars, some TNA stars to pop up and whatnot. But I think CM Punk finna win the first Royal Rumble. That's who I'm going with.
Fair enough. I respect your opinion, respect your pick, but Punk can come out in the next round, so he wants to face Gunther, and he's got the match. It's that easy. We've seen it happen. He doesn't have to go through a Rumble, doesn't have to go through a Money in the Bank, doesn't have to go through a chamber match. He comes out and goes, I'm CM Punk, I want a match. Done. And also, rumours are Reigns Punk at Mania. They're just rumours for now, but Elvis, who's your pick to win the men's Rumble this year?
So I'll go with some legends. How about we get maybe an offshoot of an Al Snow in there? Yeah, that's over exaggerating. Maybe we get Road Dogg. But my pick is somebody that's not announced. Someone that could face and beat Gunther at WrestleMania. He is the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
Okay, so you do Brock, Gunther. What do you do with Cena?
Cena doesn't need the title. I don't want him to get the title. He's on his last year. Just give him a fucking random fucking match. Who cares?
I think Cena wins a chamber and goes on to beat Gunther at Mania.
How about John Cena and Solo Sikoa?
You saw that at Crown Jewel. I want to say last night. Was it last year? No, was it 2023? Wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. So you saw that. Yeah, because Cena came out. Cena came out during the Corday Reigns match. So yeah, you've already seen that.
I don't watch any of the Blood Money shit.
Okay. But yeah, I think, like I said, I'll say it again. Cena wins the chamber, goes on to beat Gunther.
Hey, I'm gonna eat though. Okay.
Oh, you're going okay then.
Okay. Adios. Don't miss me.
We won't miss you too much. So yeah, Marcus, you can give your thoughts on any legends and then pick your winner for this year's men's Rumble.
Ooh, legends, yeah. Wow, legends. Legends that will show up. Because there's always somebody that'll show up. I'm trying to think of someone that's like able to still kind of, pull off some moves here and there. Who will show up? That is a hard question. Wow.
I heard that you're booked for the Rumble. Is that true?
Wow. Okay.
You're showing up.
I don't have. Maybe I show up. Maybe I should show up and get thrown out immediately. I don't know.
No, you win it. You win it.
That's insane. Joe Hendry will show up. I think Joe Hendry will show up. I think Wesley will show up. I think Trick will show up. I think Oba will show up.
Oh yeah.
So I got those four showing up. Legends wise,
I agree. I think Trick gets called up, and I think Joe. But R-Truth comes out before. Like I said, the live crowd have got to know Joe Hendry's coming. If they say it in commentary, they don't know. So R-Truth comes out, just go through a few names, and one of those names is Joe Hendry, so they know Joe Hendry's coming. They just don't know when. Is how I would do it.
You know what? Never mind. No, I don't think so. Nope. I had a thought, then I was like, nah, I'm good on that. Yeah. But the winner is out of two people that I want to see win. Either Drew or that's a hard choice. But I'm gonna go with John though, just to be in a special class of who else has won this 3 times other than Stone Cold Steve Austin. And honestly, like that would put John Cena in name. He's already a bona fide, certified, going to be a Hall of Famer. But why not just stack the resume just a little bit more?
I think the struggle is he loses a Rumble and then feels he can't get a title shot. What must he do? He wants to be a 17-time champion, and then he has to win the chamber.
I mean, that's an option.
But yeah, let's finish up here with only one piece of news, and it's not the biggest piece of news in the world, but let's go over it. So let's get into the new studio because it's time for... news and headlines, and the news is Lince Dorado back in WWE, back on. No, he was at an NXT house show. I didn't know they did house shows anymore, but okay. Yeah, Lince Dorado's back. Cool. He was over when he was with the company. He was like Luke Harris Party was super over, weren't they? I remember them beating Lars Sullivan at one of these Saturday shows. Like 3 Lucha guys beat Lars Sullivan. Like, okay. Marcus, any thoughts of Lince Dorado back in WWE?
I didn't even know who he was until you said something about Lucha House Party. So he was one of those 3 dudes. So
Kalisto, Grand Metalik, and Lince Dorado.
he wasn't the dude that did the elbow drop, and he wasn't Rey Mysterio fake. So I don't know. But that's cool. That's cool. You know, get some more luchadors. You know, probably add them to the LWO or whatever.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, because they're getting pushed, aren't they? Alex, anything to add about the return of Lince Dorado to the world of WWE?
Yeah.
It's okay then.
Fashion back. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is.
Okay then. And that's us done for tonight. So everybody like, subscribe, and a big thank you to Alex for joining me.
Yes, sir. Like and subscribe, baby. Wrestling Podcast.
That is right. Thank you. Marcus, over to you for the next couple of minutes.
Ching ching, bling bling is always Ted over here. If you want to hear some more of these hot takes, if you want to hear some more of these quizzes, if you want to get involved with Ricky's unboxings, if you want to get involved with the watch alongs, like, share, subscribe, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your cousin, tell your third cousin, tell your baby sister, tell all your people to get into the Rain and Rock podcast. Check it out. Check out all the content, especially if I'm on here. You want to see some more of me? Hey, hit the like, share, subscribe button. I'm on here. Let it be known. I want to see some more Mark Dollar. I want to know what's going on. I want to know.
You can't. If people want to see you, this is a place to see you. I mean, if people don't want to see you, then they don't matter. Screw them.
Hey man, they gotta be convinced. It might be their first time here. You never know, man.
But yes, thank you for joining me. I'll just put you out just for now. And yes, everybody like, subscribe, all of that. I will see you guys next for Saturday for, as Marco said, WrestleCrate unboxing, quiz, and Royal Rumble watch along. Let's see who's going to headline WrestleMania men and women's on the men and women's side. Who's going to go in as WWE champion and who's going to go in as tag team champion. We'll find out that all next week. But for now, like, subscribe, share, all of that. And always remember, if wrestling is the game, then excellence is the name. And excellence is Ricky Goldman.